I guess we're recording now. All right. So, we're gonna start with SolidWorks. So we're gonna open SolidWorks. You can do actually the geometry in ANSYS if you want, especially if it's simple. Can you see, or should I turn off the lights?
No, that's good.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do it in both ways, in using SolidWorks simulations and also doing ANSYS. So we'll start with a new part. 3D part is okay. I'm gonna sketch, let's see, top plane. I'm just gonna do a rectangle. Alright, I'm gonna extrude. Make it.
It's 0.6.
No.
Oh wait, you're in inches.
I am not. I'm not doing your. I'm not doing your.
You're not gonna do it for us? What?
I've already done.
Okay. Hey. Yeah, you can come in. It's fine.
Class.
So what do we do here? Now we don't have a simulation, so we go to options, add-ins here, and we're gonna add SolidWorks simulation, and hit OK. So now you're gonna have you go.
Oh, okay, got it. Tools.
Tools. Yeah. Now you see here, there's a banner here come up, simulation. So you hit on this. And where is this one? This one go. Here you go. Simulation, and you'll see here study advisor. So we're gonna hit this, and we're gonna put a new study in there. Now, for now, we're gonna do the static, right? So you hit static, and hit OK. So now you have this, new tree, design tree. This is for the simulation. Remember, this is your design tree. So now the material, let's specify the material here. Edit material, and let's just hit the steel, whatever, cast alloy steel, and apply. Close. So we have the material here. Cast alloy steel. Now, the first thing you want to do when you have a structure, you have to define the constraints, the boundary conditions. So in this case, I'm going to just choose fixtures, and I'm going to do fixed geometry. I'm going to choose this one. Let's just do this. Okay. Fixed geometry. Okay, this, these, those edges. Okay. So this is the our constraint. Now we're going to put the forces. So you go to external load. You right click, and let's just put a force, and we're going to apply this force into this plane here. Okay, and you hit OK. So now we have the fixtures and we have the force. So we're ready to mesh. So you hit on mesh. I'm going to just put mesh and run, because this is very simple. It's going to mesh it for us and run it. Oh, material is not defined. Let's define that material. Edit material. Let's apply. You have to really define the material even in the simulation. So now it has alloy steel part 1. you hit right click on part, apply edit material. So now you do mesh and run. So now the force that what did we do? What did we define the force? The force is really small. We define it. Let's change it a little bit. Edit definition. Let's put 1000 Newton and hit OK. And let's just redo. Also create mesh and run again. So you'll see here, this is the stress. You can hit on the displacement, right click and show. It will show displacement. You see that? And this is the strain. Now you can, if you want, you can do show, and you can animate if you want. You can animate it, so you'll see how this is doing. Now, remember we use fixed. How are we going to use simply supported? I mean, there's no simply supported, right? I mean, this is the weakness, actually. Some of the weakness in SolidWorks, the definition. So let's just this one here. How are you gonna? Let's see if you want to do it simply supported. How do you do this? Remember, if you enlarge this, you'll see here when it's fixed in both direction, right? So if it's simply supported, it's only want it to be in this direction, fixed in the Z direction, right? So how do we do that? So we go back here. Remember this fixture, I'm gonna actually delete that, and I'm gonna go back to fixtures, and I'm gonna use the advanced fixtures, and I'm gonna use
I don't have that option. It says fixed geometry. That's it.
what do you mean you don't have? You go back to fixtures.
Yeah, I don't have that. My drop down is nothing. That's all it says.
Show all. They're right there. That's watching.
Change that. There's something wrong with that one. You chose static, right? Simulation.
I don't remember.
Go back to what'd you do for go back to options? Go to this do that. Back to and really the SolidWorks. Maybe delete that.
What was wrong?
Broke it. Whatever. Go on.
Okay, let me just delete these forces. Okay, so now I'm gonna define. I go to fixtures, and I'm gonna go to advanced fixtures, and I'm gonna use also the reference geometry. In this case, this is gonna define our edge right there, for example, and I'm gonna do this edge, right? All these edges again. Not the face, so you delete the face. this edge, and this edge. Nah. You gotta be careful when you select this. So you have those 4 edges, and I want the constraint to be in this direction, right? You know, if I want the constraint to be in another direction, you can also define that one, and then this is gonna be like fixed, but we want only in that direction. So and just hit OK. So this is, now we have different constraint, right? We have simply supported constraint. Now we go to external load, force, and we can use this one here, and let's do 1000 Newton, and then run, create mesh and run. So now we have different matrices here. Let's do displacement, show, show, and then just animate if you want. So you'll see here, if you compare the stresses and also the deflection, when it's simply supported, it's totally different when it's fixed at the end. You'll see the values changing. So with the advanced fixtures, you can actually define your constraint any way you want. So. See here. You see, if even it's moving a little bit, right? Because there's no constraint in the x direction, only in the z direction. So this is doing it in what? In SolidWorks. How are we going to do it in ANSYS? So let's save this part. I'm going to save it. Save as. Let's call it demo, whatever. And I'm going to, let's do this Samba. And just save it there. Yes. So now let's open ANSYS. What? No ANSYS here?
Oh man.
What's it called?
ANSYS work, or it's called Workbench 14.5.
Workbench.
Oh, okay. So let's workbench ANSYS. Go ahead, open it. Now in ANSYS there is a simply supported, as you can see. But in order for you to use the simply supported, it has to be a two-dimensional problem for ANSYS to recognize it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually form a surface in SolidWorks instead of forming a 3D, and then we determine this. Let's do this. We can do it actually two ways. So once you open Workbench, you go to, remember, you can, if you're doing CFD, use Fluent or CFX. If you're doing heat transfer, you can do the steady state thermal or transient thermal. Static structural, this is what we're interested in, so you click twice on this. And you got this diagram here. So the first thing we're gonna do, engineering data is this is where you determine your material. I'm gonna just use whatever they have as default, steel, yeah. Now for the geometry, you can go ahead, open the geometry. There's two options to do. You can form your geometry using, I mean, if you're working with meter, you can work meter or inches. You can change whatever you want. You can use your create. There's sketching mode here, and there's modeling mode. So you can do whatever you want. This is rectangles and lines. You can draw whatever you want actually in this. I don't like to use it. I always used to use SolidWorks and then export them or import them to ANSYS. So in this case, I'm gonna go to File, Import External Geometry File, and I'm gonna go to that file that I saved. Demo, open, and then see it says import 1, you hit generate. So it's generating this. Now once you do that, you're actually done. You have the geometry right there in SolidWorks. So you go back to the workbench and you hit model. Okay. See, when you see the check mark green, that means it did import the geometry and it's reading that geometry. So we go back to the structural model and you will see here we see everything is yellow. That means it's not completed. Everything is green is completed. So let's just mesh first. Let's mesh it. Generate mesh. Now if you want to increase the mesh for this, you can go to sizing and make the coarse, make it medium or fine, but don't make it fine because it's probably going to exceed the number, and just hit update. You're not allowed to use more than, let's see how many elements we have in there. We have 1470 elements. I think we have a limit for 3,000 elements. Is that right?
It's between 4,000 and 5,000,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
All right, that's fine. That's more. This is good. So. Okay, analysis setting. You have to set up the analysis here. We have to set the supports first here. So we hit supports. If you noticed here, you see, look at simply supported. You can't really choose it. It's available for us. It's not, but you can't choose it. The reason why we can't choose it because the system is not 2D system. If it's surface, as you're gonna see, we can use it and select it right away. But
You just fix support and edge.
I mean, you can probably use. I use actually fix displacement. That's what I use, and in this case I just let's see here. I want to use these, for example. So I go select the edge here, and I'm gonna select these. And in this case, you have to press Control. It's not like SolidWorks. And this is one more here. and you have to hit apply. So you have 4 edges already. Now, so this is, in this case, it is not free in the, let's see here. I'm gonna put this one as constant, not free, the X, and I'm gonna put the Z as constant, right? So we only have the Y component displacement. Actually, it's the opposite. Yeah. So this is 0. This is constant, and this is free, right? The Y is free. The Y is constant, and Z and X are free, right? So that finalized the fixture or the supports. Now you go to loading, and loading in this case, we're gonna do here force. Same thing as we did before. I'm gonna hit use this. Remember here, it doesn't do it automatically. You have to hit on the surface, and you hit this one, apply, and force, and I'm just gonna put 1000 Newton. So now we have the force, we have displacement, and if you look here at the displacement, it just gives you displacement component free and free. So if you go to solution now, and you just put solve, okay, so you have the, now you can choose exactly what you want to have the solution. You can do a hit on solution and do, for example, total deformation, strain, Van Mises, or stresses. And then what you do here, you right click and set evaluate result. It evaluate all these results. So now, if you see here, this is what, let's see total deformation. You'll see the deformation. And you can actually do also animation if you want. You do this. Where is the animation? Right there. So you can also do the animation for that one. You have just to be creative a little bit on the fixtures. This is how you do simply supported. Now, there's another way to do simply supported. If I go here, let me stop this here. If I go back to SolidWorks and let me open a new file here. Okay.
Do we get to choose which way we do it?
I don't care. You have to get the same result as the elasticity equation, because this is what we're trying to do. So let's go to top plane here and let's draw a sketch. Where is the sketch? Let's draw a triangle again. Where is that? Okay. Top plane. Sketch. Alright. If I go to let's go here, and I'm gonna put insert surface planar. Okay? And just hit OK. I don't care about the thickness of that one. So what I do, I go just to save this, save as demo 2. Okay. and save this and Finite. Save that here. I go back to, and I'm going to choose another study, so static structure, and I go to geometry. You can choose whatever you want to do, and then I go to File, Import, External Geometry, Computer, Finite, and Demo 2 here. Open and Generate. So it's gonna bring a surface here for us. Now we define the thickness of that surface. So if you do this here, you can hit on this demo, and if you see here the thickness is 0. Let's make this 0.2, or let's see 0.05 for example meter. So now we have a plate with a thickness. Now once you do that, you're done with this, you can go back and do your model, and now you can see that you can choose the simply supported option. Alright, so let's mesh this, update. Oh, see, we made this too big, the thickness too big anyway. Well,
0.05 meters is 50 centimeters.
yeah.
I mean,
That's just something not right with this. So anyways, I'm just going to show you that now when you go to analysis setting, we go to supports, you'll see that the simply supported is available for us. And so then you can just apply these, for example, control, again you hit control. And then apply, and you see type is simply supported. And then you do the same thing, you go to loads, and if you force, and then you do, you change, you hit here, apply, maybe you can do here 1000, and then just solve. Again, when you hit here the solution, you can choose your total deformation upon ANSYS, and also the stress, and just evaluate all results, and you see here this one. Okay, so that's 3-4 ways of doing it. So you can do whatever you want. You can use SolidWorks. Even in SolidWorks, you can use also. I don't think they have this simply supported. Yeah, just use the advanced fixtures on that one. And I'm recording this, so this way you can always go back to it.
Yeah.
And see. So
I was keeping up halfway through.
that's fine. And, you're definitely going to have to replay it. So.
Yeah.
not me.
Well, you've done
It's
enough.
gonna take me like 30 seconds.
Yeah, here you go. I've done your project, so for you now.
Basically, yeah.
What? Oh.
I did your project, no? In a way. So.
Almost.
Adios.
See you
Yeah,
later.
take care.